Peace. It's me again, O.G.B.O, formerly Omega Man Codes, formerly O.G.B.O presents the reset. Formerly because I have changed my platform to prison time served. Okay, what I done, I started a C Corps for O.G.B.O Publications, also LLC for O.G.B.O Crack House Production. Okay, which means in the future, my content going forward, any use of my name, my content, my visuals, I'm an official partner, not 0.001% partnership with these platforms, but I'm 50-50. I also retain my publishing and my royalties. So the videos that I put out here going forward, I profit off. If you want to know how to set that up, message me. I will send you a contact number and I will walk you through it. But I will charge you. This information, it just depends on how much it's valuable for you. For me, it's extremely valuable because I'm constantly uploading information. Now, I want you to be mindful. When a person shares my video, I get money for that. When a person uses my voice, you like these videos you put up, a person may be in a workshop doing something and they got an audio in the background. Those persons are being paid to do that every time that's done. And this is indefinite. Listen, once you upload a video to the internet, it's there forever. Now, you may upload a video and you're not thinking nothing else of it, but that income is going through different streaming platforms, right? And people are utilizing your voice or your image for their gain. You should get more than 0.001, a penny, half a penny, a quarter of a penny for your content. But again, if you're interested in learning more, message me. I will send you a contact number and we will go from there. But I will charge you. Okay? Now, my new platform is simply Prison Term Served. Today I'm talking about tier boss. If you ever been incarcerated, you ever been down in jail, you know it's always this one person who feel like they run that tier or that dorm, right? That cell block. Okay, so I just turned 18. I'm shipped back down to jail. When I left the jail, I was on the juvenile tier. It's a whole different setup. But when I get back down to jail, this is my first time being in a jail. I'm 18, remember, at this point. I was convicted on the malicious wound and use of a firearm, sentenced to 13 years, 8 suspended. Okay? But I'm back down to jail to go back in front of the judge for the third time, for them to try to convict me on a shooting occupied dwelling. The way that worked is if anybody would have came to court, the charge would have been upgraded from shooting occupied dwelling to attempted murder on 9 people, several of whom was children. So the Commonwealth was really pushing to convict me on that. Mind you, that time for each person, attempted murder on each person is 20 years. Okay, the max on my malicious wounding is also 20 years. So when you add it all up and you factor in use of a firearm twice, that's 5 years on each. That's 10. So when you add it all up, that's 210 years. So I was facing 210 years at 17. Okay, I'm back down in jail. I get settled in. It's a 12-man tier. All 12 cells was filled up. I was in cell 4. I never forget it. I go and get myself situated, make my bed up. Okay, first thing I do, because I'm back home now, I'm back in Richmond. So I go to use the phone. As I pick up the phone, this so-called tier boss, a young guy out of New York who went by the name of Star. Let me pause for a second. It's me, Star, and another guy out of Northside, tall, light-skinned guy. I can't remember his name. We were the youngest. I was 18. The other guy was like 19. And Star may have been like 24. The remaining 9 people were 30 and above. I don't think anyone was over 50. Well, maybe 45. Okay. So I pick up the phone. I'm dialing, and Star run up on me like, "Hold on, Jack. Let me let you know off top. That's my phone. If you're going to use my phone, you're going to go and grab me a cup of noodle. You're going to grab me a cigarette. You're going to do something. But you can't use my phone for free." So I'm looking at him. First of all, I'm appalled that the idea that this guy who may have weighed 120 pounds soaking wet think he's going to regulate me using a telephone, right? Before I can go back at him, another guy out of Richmond, older guy, I see him from time to time. He recycles now for himself. He seemed to be doing pretty well too. But he and I also see him reading the final calls. I'll go into that later. He's stepping between us. He's saying, listen, man, we ain't about that today. He's telling Star, look, man, if y'all get into it over this phone, they're gonna lock us all down, man. People ain't got time for that stuff, man. You need to pipe down, right? But he's adamant that he's going to charge me for that phone, and I'm not gonna pay him nothing, right? So he's still running his mouth. At some point, I tell him, I'm like, look, bro, I'm not paying to use no phone, man. If you want to fight, then shit, we can go and fight, and I'm still gonna use this phone. So he's turning up, and whenever you got a loud person who gonna snatch off their shirt and walk in circles, that guy's not trying to fight. He's trying to convince himself that he's something that he's not. And when his opponent is calm, collective, you understand me? That registers. That silence speaks volumes. Off top, this guy's he's not shaking like everybody else. He's not gonna fold. I'm gonna actually have to fight with this guy. But as the way things played out, while he's walking around in circles trying to convince himself, a guard, one of the COs, he comes around, a sheriff deputy, as their official title there. He walks up to the cell, and the out part of the cell where the phone is. He's like, listen, he already know that Star is the aggressive, right? He's like, listen, man, I will lock that ass up today, man. You gonna cut this foolish shit out. And ain't nobody, people, these guys trying to go home, man, and you always running your damn mouth and shit, right? So, Star go to walk off or whatever. The sheriff deputy, he asked me, what's your name, young man? Da 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 da. And at the time my name was still Bosso. Now, if you're from the city of Richmond, Bosso comes with a lot of history. My grandfather was the first black man to own and operate an oil company. Some say in Virginia, some say in the South, some say in America. I don't know. I never really went into the research of it. If you got time on your hand, you can go ahead and check it and let me know in the comments, right? So after I tell him my name, and that I'm basically down there waiting to go back to court, he tell me in a roundabout way that he don't like Star. He say, listen, man, while I'm on shift, if he was to like go in the shower and have a slip and fall, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure you good. So he's giving me the green light without officially saying whoop his ass, right? Okay, around this time, I never get my phone call off because around this time they call for dinner. Also, in jail, you eat breakfast at like 5 in the morning, you eat lunch at like 9, and you eat dinner at 12. Yeah. So if you got people that's in jail and you wonder why they keep asking you to send them money, it's because from 12 to 11 o'clock when they shut down, it's no more food. If you don't have commissary, you don't have some cup of noodles or something, you're going to starve, right? So we go to eat lunch or whatever, and we come back, Young and the Restless on, right? And I also love Young and the Restless. So, but we're playing cards, and Star, he make a point to sit, somebody called for a spade game or whatever, and he's my opponent. But while we're playing spades, he's trying to offer me an olive branch, in an indirect way. Yeah, bruh, I'm from such and such. Where you from? Da 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 da. I know he's offering an olive branch, so rather than being cocky, I just go ahead and fold and, oh, I'm from here. Da 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 da. So we squashed it without actually saying squash, right? But a couple of days go by, and this particular day, after dinner, which is 12 o'clock, I'm trying to catch Young and the Restless. I think Young and the Restless used to come on at like 12:30. So by the time we eat and get back to the dorm, we almost like 1 o'clock, right? So I'm trying to catch Young and the Restless. Now I'm cell 4 and the TV right in front of me, right? So I used to tie my blanket around the entrance of my cell and make like a little chair, right, with the blanket. So I'm sitting there watching Young and the Restless, and he changed the station, right? And he walks away. Yeah. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? And it's like three guys, sitting in front of my cell. Everybody like, what the fuck is he tripping, right? He turned the station and he walks away to his cell. As he walking away, he say something like, shit, man, we ain't watching that girlish shit in here today, right? So he walks down the cell. I'm looking at them, see who gonna respond. Nobody responds, so I designate myself. I go and I turn the TV back, right? And I sit down. But I didn't slid on my sherms and everything, which is my jail shoes, because I'm ready. I don't like this cat anyway, right? So I slide on my sherm and I go sit back down. He come back down. This time, he snatched the antenna off the TV and said, yeah, how about that? And he goes to walk down, as he walking back to his cell or whatever, I come up behind him. He turned around, I pap, 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 pap. I dance up on him, right? Dress him up real nice, real nice. Fold him, slide him up in cell 10 and just go in on him, right? I punished this little cat, man. When he got up, when I got finished beating him, you remember the scene on Martin when Martin go in the ring boxing? Remember the last scene? He's sitting on the sofa with Gina. It was something to that effect. And the guard, the sheriff deputy being true to his word, he come on the block. He like, he sees Star, whatever. Oh, and two of the older heads, they rolled Star up. They rolled up his bed and everything and slid it to the front. And in jail, when that's done, you being removed off that tail. It's not up for debate. You being moved. So the older guys who wouldn't stand up to him, let this little guy snatch ass for however amount of time they was locked up with him. They used that opportunity of me whooping his ass to get him up off the tail. And that's what happened. So until next time, this is O.G.B.O. for O.G.B.O. C Corp Publications, also O.G.B.O. LLC, Crack House Productions. My new content, by the way, that I'll be uploading on YouTube is dealing with content. I'm selling content now. I'm selling vocals, my art. I'm selling lyrics. I'm selling R&B. I'll be uploading some verses. I'm spitting it or whatever. Acapella. I'm also selling scripts because I write scripts, movie scripts. I develop characters. And to my knowledge, no one is selling characters. So I'm like, damn, I can do that. So I'm developing characters. If you're interested in making movies or anything like that, tap in, and, see the characters. I'm copywriting the characters, their name, their background, so it would be very difficult to later use that character. It's best to just, pay homage, do things the right way. But anyway, that'll be O.G.B.O. That's Crack House Production. That's gonna be on YouTube in a matter of hours. And I also have my other O.G.B.O., my original O.G.B.O. Productions. That's already there. Just use O.G.B.O. As long as you use O period, G period, B period, O period, my content will show up. Okay? So until next time, y'all stay safe, y'all stay blessed. Tune in, support, share. Peace.